I'm gonna be making a video of my day today, and this is gonna be another one of my crazy pilots for yeah, this is the world of Steve. You know, I really love the fact that I live in a neighborhood that has large aquatic carnivorous lizards in it. We have mallard ducks, see, we have ibis, then we have over there some wood storks and roseate spoonbills, and those are either herons or egrets, I forget which ones. So I am a bicyclist here in Sarasota. I bicycle pretty much everywhere I go. I don't wear a helmet because it'll give me a false sense of security, and basically I don't trust drivers at all. And I ride as if none of them can see me, but they all want to kill me. I just went ahead and voted early because I can. And so I came out, and the lady over there asked me why I voted early, and I said pretty much because I can. It's Saturday, everything else is shut down, so you know, go vote. Why not? Well, it took a minute. It was really easy. You know, I don't really consider myself a citizen of the United States government. You know, I think that organization is horrifically corrupt, and that it has been overtaken by these Democratic and Republican parties, I think is horrible. And even though it's happened for the whole time we've been going along here, you know, the fact that these two parties aren't in the Constitution leads me to believe that we have put way too much reliance on them. You know, a few years ago I kind of declared my independence from the U.S. government. I don't consider them really an authority for me. I feel that I'm much a more sovereign being, and especially with the new leadership. Come on, you know, as a capitalist, I can't think that guy's in charge. So I have issues with how much authority I give it, but I also recognize the limited opportunities that Americans do have in participating in a democracy. You know, this is one of the few. And even though I don't fully believe in it, really, and there is part of me that kind of checks my integrity on that, I think that, you know, it's probably not going to hurt the world all that much any more than the plastic bottle I recycled yesterday, or, you know, any of the garbage that I produced through my having to consume through this society, you know, especially after watching this last administration and how it has full-on culminated in all of the things that I've been complaining about it for many years now. And during the Obama administration, I rewrote the Declaration of Independence to talk about the challenges that I have with this organization. And then they hired the most vile human being in the history of the planet to run this organization. So I don't really have any faith in it, but I don't really have a whole lot of faith in winning the lottery either, but I'm still probably going to buy a ticket today, so I figured might as well vote as well. For the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years of me attempting to be an adult, it's been trying to fit into this industrialized model of specialization, you know, where basically you got to pick that one thing, that one role you play, and that's what you do. That's how you make money. But now we're moving into this day and age where it's a gig economy and everybody has multiple streams of income, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that's actually the life that I want. I love the fact that, you know, I was able to do one show the last couple of nights, and I could do a music show beyond that, and I do poetry on another day, and write blogs about this, and I have a lot of things that I can do, and I think it's fantastic. But you know, everybody keeps telling me I need to pick one thing, and I don't have just one thing I can do and drop everything else that I am about, because I'm multifaceted, and I'm sorry I'm complex, and I can't fit into this corporatized, industrialized way of thinking and connecting with the world. However, I do see a way of being able to communicate what it is I'm really doing and what I'm really about, and tell my story as we go along. It's a challenge being a multifaceted artist, because you're spinning a lot of plates, and I can sometimes do it fairly effectively and write a poem, work on a video, work on a song, write an essay, you know, and kind of juggle these tasks and move from one to the other quickly and expeditiously and effectively. However, to communicate all of that to people and say, this is what I'm about, it gets a little overwhelming for a lot of people. And they're used to people being one thing, you know. But, you know, my other functions that I really thoroughly enjoy now, one is writing. And so I'll definitely continue to focus on that. And I need to do that, get more writings out there, because I have this book that I'm like coming together for ABC squared economics, and really fully, that's mostly what I feel that my function is here, my purpose is here, is to kind of put this idea out there. And it may not be something that's actually functional in my lifetime, but I think that we need to turn the economy on its head. This hierarchy we've been following for so long, and the ability that we have now to see how horrifically corrupt and wasteful and damaging it is to not only the human spirit, but the actual planet. And how if we continue giving ourselves over to this hierarchy of endless economic growth, we will most certainly stamp out the ability for humans to live on this planet. We will sacrifice every human life for money so that we can give it to those who are the elite. And it's ridiculously stupid. And I hope that I'm right about the coming age of wisdom, age of reconnection, the wisdom revolution. I hope that I'm right. I would love to see it come, but I'm also realistic because I live in America, and I recognize that we could most certainly kill all human life on the planet by continuing to move on in this ridiculous, mindless consumption way of life. Where I think that humans need to be is to have much more autonomy and more say in the way things are going. And I think we need to give people more responsibility in the decisions that are made so that they have the opportunity to make them wisely. I think we have such disdain for humanity, especially coming out of the Judeo-Christian Islamic heritage. You know, when you have this trifecta of masculine God who's so horrifically disappointed in the loving creatures he created. And it's very sad. And even if you're not an active member of any of those religions created our culture. They created our viewpoint and our mindset. And we need to be able to move beyond those and realize that those ideas are very small. These people's vision is very, very short. And we need to be able to see beyond that. Instead of continuing to bow down to these horrifically antiquated and small-minded ways of doing things, I want to be able to travel around and start discussing with people how we can turn that on its head and start just looking at, look, what's the artistry of our lives? What are we trying to create here with our time and on this planet? What are we trying to do here? What art are we creating? The art of our lives. What business do we need to get about in making that happen and making sure that people can do the things that they do and offer up the services that they have where they can find purpose and passion and fulfillment in the activities they do to serve their fellow man? And how do we also take care of the world we inhabit as good citizens and realize that as we conduct our businesses and create our art, we're going to make a mess. We have to clean that up as we go. And we're also going to want to progress, and we have to make sure that we pay for those advancements. And we also need to recognize that we're part of a community. And how do we make sure that no one falls by the wayside and that no one has to walk down the street and see anyone suffering from homelessness or hunger because we've realized how abundant life really is, instead of catering to this ideology of scarcity and complexity and serving these horrifically selfish masters. I think there's a better way. So that's largely what these videos are going to be about. And it may just be me talking to myself in the woods for a while, and that's okay. But eventually I want to get out in the world and start interviewing some other people as to how we can start viewing life better and living life better, because I truly believe we can do better. I look at the way, especially things are operating right now that we have this national pandemic in the world, and to see how our leadership is handling that and realizing, oh yes, we most certainly can do better than this. It is what it is. You got to use what you got while you got it and move on from there. So I voted. Hope you do too.